Hey folks, this is Bardic Dragoon. Welcome back to Let's Play Forward to the Sky. When we last left off, we had gotten a brief introduction to the cast, or the brief introduction to the game and its story by running around a fairly straightforward level.
Still haven't found the witch's trail. What a cunning witch! You can hide, but I will find you.
If you say so, girlie. So, as I said, this game is a bit puzzly in that it has puzzles, and I have not solved this one yet. In this case, this level, and actually each level introduces sort of a... There we go. A new mechanic used in solving the puzzles. There we go, that should be good. In this case, this level relies heavily on switches and, to a certain extent, platforms, or movable platforms.
Did people live here in the past? The landscape isn't bad for a witch. Oh no! I can't raise a witch like this! If it wasn't for that evil witch, this tower would certainly be more beautiful. Yes.
And there are different enemies. For the most part, it doesn't make a big difference between the different types of enemies. But there are different types of enemies. It adds some visual variety, at least to the game. That's something.
Earthly princess. Will you show yourself, witch? There's no use in hiding. Come out and meet your fate!
There we go.
Leave this tower. I don't want to hurt you. You can't fool me! It's you who controls these monsters! It's you who make them attack me! No, it's not me. The legend says that you'll do anything to ward the crystals. You hold people by your evil whim! I won't be fooled!
So yeah, the story, it's a game arguably more about the puzzle solving and the story than really the action, because, I mean, the action exists and it's functional, but those are probably the best things that can be said about it. And by hitting this switch, we have, of course, moved this platform that we're now riding on, but there's also the platform off to the side from where we started. Which is, say, that platform is also moving now. This is how we get to the first in the game hidden gem or hidden statue. I hope that's right. I'll see you in a moment when I end up getting up there. There we go, it was enough, okay.
The flowers here are so beautiful. When I leave, I'll take one with me.
There we go. 50 gems out of 100. Making good progress. Oh, I have to stay on the switch to keep it moving. It is an important lesson for, like, a minute from now.
The witch still hasn't shown herself. In that battle, she had many opportunities to sneak attack. But why didn't she take them? No, she won't confuse me. This must be one of her tricks. She should be more careful if she wants to be wicked.
By the way, if you couldn't figure out from the rambling of the character dialogue, that is the story so far in this game, the witch isn't necessarily evil. It's a little more complicated than that. Oh, no. Right. We have to go this way. This elevator.
This won't stop me. There must be a way to go on.
Yep, I've already found it. Yeah, I don't need the words of encouragement from you, little blonde princess. The giant-ass sword. Seriously, that sword has to be, like... It's tall. I think that sword's actually taller than she is. I mean, this is one of those moments where you'd make jokes about compensating for something with a sword like that, but it just doesn't feel like it would ring as funny. Or maybe it would. I don't know. Really, I guess it depends what you're into, huh? There we go. We can get a much better shot here of the actual... Because, yeah, you can see... But mostly you can see it on the hair, though it does show up a little bit on the outfit, especially the underbust shading. It seems a lot more than she has there with that shading. A lot. And the creases in the dress... That is pre-baked cell, and with the coloration, it's a cell-shaded style with pre-baked shading. But like I said, the backgrounds have real-time shading and like the color choices of everything. They aren't like cell-shaded anime looking. It's kind of interesting and really cool. Like I said, I like it. It kind of reminds me of like old-school animation, like. No, actually, I would just say like early Disney, except early Disney was like...
The legend says that only the witch remains in the Sky Tower. Doesn't she feel lonely? What am I saying? I must go forward.
And that's why we hit that switch.
Defeat the witch.
But, like I said, it kind of like a part of wants to say like classic Disney, but it's kind of... Because we'd have the kind of hand-painted background, but that really... From what I understand, early Disney, like, it was all fully hand-drawn. I'm sure there was still layer shenanigans going on, because I really cannot conceive of doing proper animation without layers. Like, well, hand-drawn animation, 2D animation, without doing, like, layers and things like that. Like, you know, if you had to draw the background in every single frame, like, googly moogly. Why would you do that to yourself? By the way, that's just in case I fall to make things go a little bit smoother. I don't think I'll be falling. I have expected just because I said that I'd fall right there. It's good to know that my bizarre and sometimes terrible luck isn't all-encompassing. And welcome to a spot where you don't have to go. But yeah. Like I said, this game is really nice looking for a small team. I actually don't know anything really about the developer. This is literally, as far as I can tell, the only game that they've made. And there aren't even credits telling who these people are. But it's a cool game, it's nice looking. And for the most part it plays well. Sometimes movement can feel a little slippery. Like, not like unplayably slippery, but there are a few points where it kind of expects a little bit more of precision platforming, and the controls are really tight enough to handle. Not by like an extreme, like it's unplayable level, but I actually think we'll be seeing that next video or the one after that. Yeah, whichever. Anyway, so another 100 crystals, another segment of the story. So as the girl grew up, you know, the one who had the crystals growing out of her body, strange things would happen. New crystals began to disappear, and where once flourishing minds began to dry up. The people accused the little girl of hiding the crystals and began to demonize her. She was bullied and ostracized. They castigated her and declared her a witch. For many years, the people were unable to unearth any more crystals, and they accused the witch of cursing them. The witch had no friends, and no one was willing to live with her. I'm kind of curious what happened. Where's her mother in all this? But apparently, you're probably not supposed to ask that because it kind of, well, kind of makes this part of the story like not make sense. So the story as a whole doesn't suffer too much from it, but seriously, where is her mother that gave birth to this crystal girl thing? whatever. Anyway, this has been another episode of Let's Play Forward to the Sky. Tune in next time where we continue on to the next level and start to see what this game really can do when it comes to puzzles. Anyway, until then, as always, later folks.